family, we connect to the bear's teachings through the ideas of healing and laughter.
This year marks a new beginning for what is now known as Indigenous Storytelling Month. For over 22 years, the Library Services for Saskatchewan Aboriginal Peoples, soon to be Indigenous peoples, has worked with local community libraries and schools to bring Indigenous stories to life and share sacred teachings.
It was a project that was created to preserve, protect, and promote the traditions of Indigenous storytelling in Saskatchewan. We're representing all the regions in Saskatchewan through the regional library system. We have over 120 events happening across Saskatchewan in over 75 locations. So we have a whole range of events from urban to rural, to schools, libraries. There's projects going on, and all of that can be found on our calendar and our website. So lsap.ca/storytelling. You could see all the calendar. You can also see all of the virtual events that are happening too.
Formerly Aboriginal Storytelling Month, the name change to Indigenous Storytelling Month was made to be more inclusive to all the people who share their stories.
We're slowly shifting away from the terminology Aboriginal because it's not appropriate anymore, and it's been circulating around for many years just out of convenience. But the term Aboriginal means something of not original or not from. So when we talk about the term Aboriginal, we always look into the lens of the experiences of colonization in Indigenous nations across Canada, and that words do matter. So now we're moving towards the term Indigenous, which is a global standard. It's also an umbrella for the Indigenous communities in Saskatchewan, and that makes up the Métis, Cree, Dene, Saulteaux, um, Dakota, Lakota, and Nakota nations within Saskatchewan.
Each year, about 75% of the participation is school-age children, with up to 8,000 participants taking part in schools across the province. But there are activities for every age, from traditional storytelling to dance, music, poetry, film, and art, and a mix of in-person and online events.
They primarily used it for hunting.
The timing of the event is meaningful, as winter is a sacred time for many Indigenous nations.
The majority of our stories that we share, we're taught to share it when there is snow on the ground. And the reason why we do that is because, like a lot of activity slows down and people are able to slow down and reconnect in a different sort of way. One of the elders I talked to about why we tell stories in the winter, and he said that is the time when our oral history is shared and our teachings are shared through the oral stories. And that is a time when people are able to connect with one another and listen with their hearts.
An important element of the event is following the spirit of reconciliation, providing an opportunity for many partners to come together to promote Indigenous culture.
Our libraries are taking leadership on responding to those calls to action and incorporating the Indigenous knowledge into their libraries by collaborating with communities, with knowledge keepers, elders, and building that capacity to respond to their needs within the community.
Indigenous Storytelling Month takes place February 1st to 28th. For a full listing of events across the province, visit lssap.ca/storytelling.